Welcome back, everyone, for Blacksburg Buzz number 42. Today, we're talking about some new Hokies in the Virginia Tech Hall of Fame. We've got some great athletes. This 2024 class, there's 8 of them in total, mostly athletes and a little bit of coaching as well. And these are just some studs from the last few years across the board, plenty of different sports, and just some all-time greats in the Virginia Tech program. Certainly worthy of that Virginia Tech Sports Hall of Fame position. So let's jump right in with our first athlete getting let into the Virginia Tech Sports Hall of Fame. It's Jeff Artis Gray, a men's track and field athlete from 2011 to 2013. A couple accolades for Jeff Artis Gray, a 5 time All American, long jump 2013 indoor champion, 4 school records to his name: the long jump in the indoor and outdoor, the 60-meter hurdles, which is an indoor event, and the 110-meter hurdles, an outdoor event. So these 4 records still standing at Virginia Tech, by the way, from 2011 to 2013 from Artis Gray, and just a really impressive resume right there. 5 time All American. Now, you've got to keep in mind here that not to say that 5 times isn't a lot. That's ridiculous. But when you think about track and field with indoor and outdoor seasons, you've got a little bit more opportunity to get some nominations here. There's a few more accolades because you tend to have 2 seasons to work through each year versus, a football or a baseball. There's just 1 season each year. So, regardless, though, Jeff Artis Gray, 5 time All American, long jump 2013 indoor champ with 4 school records. Then we have Larson Bowker, tennis coach from 1979 to 1998. A few women's seasons in there, and then plenty of men's seasons as well. 18 in total as a coach at Virginia Tech. That is a long tenure and a lot of success over those 18 seasons as well. 3 A-10 champions back before Virginia Tech was in the ACC, and 2 NCAA regional finals berths. So a lot of team success here from Bowker. I mean, over the course of 18 seasons, you're looking at 3 conference championships plus 2 NCAA regional finals bursts. That's a lot of team success and just building up that tennis program into what it's become today. We've got some really solid athletes on these tennis teams, and a few of them I'm familiar with. But look at that team success there. It really speaks for itself. No wonder this is our second Hall of Fame Virginia Tech sports honoree in 2024. Now, before we get into the rest of the list, let's talk about once again today's video sponsor. It's Bet Online. Bet Online, it's your #1 source for the NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Finals this season. Every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to one of our online casinos and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or online unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, the game starts here. So, our third honoree for the Virginia Tech Sports Hall of Fame in 2024 is Brittany Pryor, a women's track and field athlete from 2006 to 2009. And get a load of this resume right here: 6 ACC titles, 6 time All American. That's in 6 time All American. Now, Brittany Pryor, just one of 5 Virginia Tech athletes to be 6 time All Americans, and she was the first ever to have 2 ACC titles in the same year. Like that's insane. A pair of ACC titles in the same season. The first Hokie athlete ever to have two ACC titles in the same season in the indoor season. I mean, that's an impressive record as it is. And then with multiple school records that she added on top of that, which some of them have been broken since, but at the time, several school records that held for over a decade. That is an impressive resume once again. Uh, Brittany Pryor competing in mostly the throwing events. So you've got discus, you've got hammer throw, and shot put, things of that nature typically. And, 6 ACC titles, 6-time All American, just absolute dominance over that 3-year span. I mean, this is 2006 to 2009. So you got the 06-07 season, the 07-08 season, and the 08-09 season. That's 6 seasons worth of track and field events, 6 ACC titles, 6-time All-American with school records. I mean, come on. This is a no-brainer pick right here. Then keeping on this track and field vibe we've got going on here, we've got Dave Cianelli, the track and field and cross country coach from 2001 all the way to 2024, just recently retired after the 2024 spring season. And my goodness, you want to talk about an insane resume? Get a load of this one, guys. 20 time, yes, 20-time ACC coach of the year. 20. 20. Led 20 NCAA individual champions. So 20 individual athletes that won championships. 352 All Americans over that tenure. 261 individual ACC champions. 4 top 5 NCAA team finishes. And 22 ACC titles. That is so insanely stacked as a resume. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. The first time I saw this resume was on, I believe, an Instagram graphic. And when I saw it, I didn't believe it. I saw it on Instagram and I went over to the Twitter to make sure they had posted the same thing. And I looked this up, and these are real numbers. This this isn't some sort of joke right here. These are actual numbers. 20-time ACC coach of the year. That's almost every single that's one a year essentially. First year coaching at Virginia Tech 2001. I was born in November of 2001. Final year coaching at Virginia Tech 2024. I graduated from Virginia Tech with my bachelor's in the spring of 2024. And throughout this entire time, just sheer dominance, just fantastic coaching at the highest level. I mean, talk about an insane resume. It doesn't get better than this. There's a reason that it's 2024. Cianelli just retired, and we're going directly into the Hall of Fame because, I mean, this is like a Michael Jordan, LeBron James resume right here, except take it up a notch. We're talking Michael Phelps, we're talking Wayne Gretzky right here with this resume. It's one of those like, oh, you could probably like make the argument that even if he was still currently coaching, he should be in the Hall of Fame just from how insanely stacked this is. It's a no-brainer that, it's only been a matter of weeks since the spring season ended and all of a sudden we're going directly into the Hall of Fame because when you've got 20 individual champs at the NCAA level, over 350 All Americans, 261 individual ACC champs, 4 top 5 finishes in the NCAA, 22 ACC titles. I mean, come on. Like, this is unreal. I know someone who was part of some of those ACC titles, a teacher at my high school, and pole vault coach. I ran track back in high school in the Northern Virginia area. His name's James Steck, and he pole vaulted at Virginia Tech during some of this time period. I believe he was there um, in the like 2012 to 2016, 17 range, somewhere along those lines, and uh, captured an ACC title with the track team at Virginia Tech. And I had the pleasure of being coached by him. He was a fantastic coach, and it's no wonder with such an amazing head coach leading you, it's no wonder that he was so good at teaching the high schoolers, especially when it comes to like a pole vault where things are really unique. It's not a sport that I've really seen people just pick up and be naturally good at because you've never most people have never really done anything like it. It's not like, say, a basketball or a baseball. Not that either of those sports are easy, but I feel like there are things that people have just naturally done in their day-to-day life. You've held a basketball before, most likely, or you've thrown a ball and caught it at some point. Not many people have grabbed a big stick and, tried to jump over a bar that's 10 to 20 feet in the air. That's just not a thing that people tend to do. I mean, maybe you try and jump over something that's, you know, 3, 4 feet, but, a big bar 20 feet in the air, people typically don't try to jump over that. And it's just not something that they're used to doing. But he was a fantastic coach, and I'm going to try to have him on to talk a little bit about Cianelli and his experience with coach, because this is just such an insane resume, and it's not something you see every day. You don't see this type of dominance in any sport at any level very regularly. And it's just incredible to put together something like this. I mean, 20 ACC Coach of the Year awards in the span of 22 years is phenomenal. That's almost one each year. And just like I said before, it's no wonder why this is a straight into the Hall of Fame resume. And congrats to Coach, because that is certainly a career to be proud of. Now, that'll be all for today. We've got four more athletes we're going to cover in the next episode. It'll be Heather Savage, Logan Shinholzer, Dwayne Brown, and Tyrod Taylor, my favorite Virginia Tech athlete of all time. Uh, Tyrod Taylor, he's who I grew up with. I was, you know, growing up and just getting into sports and football at the time where he was rising up at Virginia Tech and leading them to a lot of success on the football field. So I'm really, really happy to see Tyrod Taylor in the VT Sports Hall of Fame. Just my favorite football player, and he's had a lot of success in the NFL as well, and he had some really good weeks this year too. So really excited and happy for him and everyone getting into the VT Sports Hall of Fame. It's a great 2024 class. I can't wait to get into the second part of this video and cover those for you. But like I said a few minutes ago, I'm going to try and talk to James Steck, my former pole vault coach and a former Virginia Tech pole vaulter during that dominant run from Virginia Tech's coach. And I think he could provide some really interesting insights into just how the coaching went, how the team was, and having such high expectations each year for the group with the success that they've seen continuously. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. I'll keep everyone updated. But until next time, make sure you stay tuned into the buzz and follow some Virginia Tech sports because there's a lot of hype going around currently in the off season. The summer has been exciting. A lot of great commitments coming on the basketball court from the women's and the men's side. There's been a lot of interesting visits on the football side and a lot of hype building up for this fall. So make sure you stay tuned and we'll see you next time.